This story comes to us from WashingtonPost.com. Remember the Colorado cop that put a woman in the back of his police car and then he parked it on the railroad tracks? Well, you're about to find out what the precedent there set by judges on the sentencing for a cop that puts a woman in the back of his car and leaves it on the railroad tracks to get hit by a train. During a court hearing, Jordan Stanky's voice broke as she apologized to Yareni Rios Gonzalez. Stanky is the officer, a woman she had placed inside a police vehicle shortly before a train crashed into it. Now, Rios Gonzalez survived the September 16, 2022 incident, but she suffered serious injuries. Officer Stanky, who at the time was a police officer working a traffic stop in Colorado, her performance is kind of stinky, said during her sentencing hearing she thought about the crash every day since. And I don't doubt that. But she said, what happened that night has haunted me for 364 days. I remember your cries and your screams. The 29-year-old Stanky was terminated after she was convicted of assault and reckless endangerment in July and was sentenced to 30 months of supervised probation last week. Supervised probation, 30 months. Less than 3 years. Supervised probation. As part of her sentence, Stanky must also complete 100 hours of community service and undergo a mental health assessment. District Court Judge Timothy Kearns said he had been considering jail time for Stanky, but changed his mind after both sides argued for a probationary sentence. They made a plea deal. Now, Mrs. Rios Gonzalez has shown compassion and grace should win out, Kearns said. So I guess she did forgive the officer. Through her attorney, Stanky declined to comment to the Washington Post. Chris Ponce, an attorney for Rios Gonzalez, was not available for comment. And this is long when it goes way down, talks about how Officer Stanky's life has been radically changed. She's feeling very upset. She's empathetically feeling sorry and all of that, which I'm sure of. But think about Rios Gonzalez and how her life has radically changed. You see, she was in the back of the car when the train hit it. But it goes way down. I'll put a link to it here. I will also put a link to the original editorial I did when the incident happened so that you can catch up if you want. I think there's a video. I do believe there's a video on my original editorial. The link will be down there. But what happens when a cop puts somebody in their patrol car and parks it on the railroad tracks and it gets hit by a train? They get 30 months probation. I do think she needs jail time. I really do. No, it was an accident. No, it was stupidity. You or I do something stupid. Cops don't care. Well, you committed a crime. You're going to jail. Cops do it. Poor thing. Poor thing. You're going to get probation.